Julia Gillard is accusing Tony Abbott of trying to freeze Australia in time. She launched the broadband broadside while officially flicking the switch on the government's national broadband network. The NBN will be 10 times faster than first thought. Meanwhile, Tony Abbott's talking about something that's moving a lot more slowly, the Western Sydney rail link. Stephanie Kennedy reports from Canberra.
It's one of the biggest spending initiatives of the campaign so far, and a bid to woo voters in the crucial marginal seats in Western Sydney. Labor's $2.1 billion for the Parramatta-Epping rail link. The Prime Minister was in the heart of Sydney's west at a community forum of 200 undecided voters, promising this is a project twice promised and twice shelved that a re-elected Gillard government will deliver. But some are yet to be convinced.
How can we trust you that you won't break any more of these promises?
Well, I'm very happy to answer your question.
But the opposition insists the project has been derailed before it's even left the station, with questions over the timing of the announcement during the election campaign. Now the coalition has produced a letter from the state government dated August the 1st, indicating at that stage the project was not in the state's 10-year Horizon Transport Plan.
Well, look, there have been discussions obviously conducted at the ministerial level.
The coalition says it's proof Labor is making up policy announcements on the run because it's desperate.
Big announcements before an election, a big failure to deliver after an election, big promises before an election, broken promises after an election. The New South Wales State Labor government is all spin and no action, and unfortunately the disease seems to have contaminated federal Labor under Julia Gillard.
Labor refuses to say exactly when the decision was taken to foot the bill for the new rail link. With 10 days until polling day, the Prime Minister was at the town of Midpoint in Tasmania for the launch of the first commercial services provided by the National Broadband Network. Julia Gillard unveiled plans to boost download speeds by a factor of 10, up to 1 gigabyte per second, highlighting the technological differences between Labor's $43 billion fibre optic investment and the Coalition's $6 billion slower alternative.
My opponent, Tony Abbott, wants to freeze us in time with all of the risks for our economy, our kids in schools, our healthcare that necessarily implies as we shun the benefits of this technology.
The Coalition wants to shift the focus from technology to fiscal responsibility, with a plan to set up an Office of Due Diligence to assess major government spending to ensure government programs are rolled out efficiently and with minimum waste. Also under the Coalition's tax policy, a plan to provide taxpayers with a receipt that would show how much money is spent in areas like defence and welfare. It would also